Hello, welcome back to the HVAC Budget channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Leatherman Surge. So this is going to be the Cabela's edition, and I actually picked this up off of eBay for $90. This was in brand new condition, so I almost paid full price for this. I just got a couple dollars off discounted. And so this came with a new pouch, it came with the new backup implements, the extra blade for the exchanger, the extra file. So it came in new condition. I wanted to preface that because when you see the pouch, it obviously doesn't look new, but everything did come new. So I've been carrying this for probably a month now. And unfortunately, I'm really hard on tools using this every day on my belt, and it has really scraped that up. But everything still works, and everything still works fine. But unfortunately, the pouch, it looks like I've been using it for years, but it's only been around a month. So I wanted to just show you. I put on my belt, and then I send the work van, and it just seems to rub. I think it rubs against the door, because I have it on my left-hand side. So unfortunately that happens, and then there's a lot of rubbing up here, I think against my coat now that I use my coat and so forth. So, and then it's just sort of permanently got shaped around the belt where I use it right there. So I hope I'm not going to have issues with the leather breaking too soon. But the sheath, I really liked it, but we'll see how long it lasts. So we'll see. I definitely like that it has the option here to add extra tools on the side, even though I haven't used that. It has this pull tab, so very nice sheath, but we'll see how it holds up. All right, so let's get into the Leatherman Surge. Obviously, this has the bit exchanger or the implement exchanger, so let's go ahead and start with that. This is going to have the saw and then the file, which can go in there as well. So that's one of the huge things that drew me, actually, is that this has a exchanger, a tool exchanger, so it can have multiple implements in the outside, and you can get other saws that work in there as well. And I just thought, wow, what a really neat idea for the Leatherman Surge. So this is going to be obviously the Leatherman Waves big brother. It's going to have the serrated knife. It's going to have the plain edge knife, and then it's also going to have, if I can pull this out, the scissors. So we're going to go ahead, pull these out till they click in, and these are going to be just a really great pair of scissors. I find myself using these far more than I ever thought they would be. They're very beefy, and they do work. Really, really nice pair of scissors. All right, so opening the Surge up, we find that it has just a really nice plier head. So I love this plier head, the Leatherman 300 and also the Surge. Just a really nice, the jaws come together, needle nose, it's got the replaceable cutters, and it's got these crimpers here on the bottom. Just a really, really great tool set. So let's go ahead and come to the inside, and we find that we've got the, I guess I would say this is going to be our thermostat screwdriver. Since I'm an HVAC, that's what I would call it, but it's going to be your miniature screwdriver. This is going to be your large flat screwdriver slash pry bar, and then the awl, and unfortunately I got some high temp sealant on this, so that's already showing some abuse from my work since I carry this every day. And then we've got the combo edge. Again, I am not a fan of this combo blade here, not combo edge, but combo blade, or a combo tool, I should say. I don't like the wire stripper, even though I need a wire stripper. I do not like this because the wires I work with are much smaller than what this is designed for. So unfortunately, that does not provide much use for me. But I use this bit exchanger pretty much every day, but ironically, I just use these bits. So these pretty much are the only bits I ever use in it. So I'm not sure how much value this has, even though I guess this is one of the reasons why I definitely like this tool. So I want to talk about that next. So the Leatherman Surge, is it worth $130, which is around where it's at right now. So this is going to be $130, maybe a little bit more in some places. Maybe you can find it on sale for a little bit less, but somewhere around that $130 mark. So I definitely think it's an amazing tool, and I love that it's essentially the Leatherman 300 with outside accessible blades. So I really like those quick access blades. So yes, that's definitely a huge plus. Now, one of the things that drew me was this tool exchanger, but I have never used this yet. Or I guess I did. Just the other day to saw open a sealant container. So I guess I used it once since I've had it, I guess. But I hardly ever use the tool exchanger. So that's something I was thinking about, and I thought, is that really useful? It's something that made me buy it, but is it really useful in everyday work? So I'm not sure. I guess I'm weighing, do you really need a surge over a wave? So could a wave do everything the surge does? So I would say basically, from what I've used this, yes, probably the wave for what I do at my work, what I use it for, could probably do everything that this does. Now the wave doesn't have near as nice pair of scissors, so that's one of the things I would definitely miss. But the wave, probably I could use that for everything I've used this. So this is definitely going to be heavier than the wave. Again, I use it in the tool pouch, so I don't really fill it on my belt, but it is definitely going to be a lot heavier. One of the other things I wanted to mention is, I guess you could say it's a negative, but it's basically what we've come to expect from Leatherman is when you get these new, these plier heads, it's hard to show in the video, but they are very hard to open. They get stuck and they're just really stiff. So it's fine. I don't have a huge problem with it, but it's just a little bit disappointing. One of the other videos I posted this week, the Leatherman Super Tool 300, after it's been broken in, it just opens just a little bit nicer. It just feels a lot better. It's still got a little bit there, but it just feels a lot smoother. So I do miss that with some other multi-tools like SOG, Victorinox. They just open a lot nicer. All right, so that's a negative. I guess to some extent the weight is a negative, even though you have a lot more functionality. The positives are definitely that it has this tool adapter, and then the other positive is that it has, actually I shouldn't close this bit exchanger. I do like that, but again, I think if I had the full three-dimensional Phillips like the Leatherman Super Tool has, probably in almost every circumstance I'd be just fine. So that is something to think about. Even though this drew me to buy it, I'm not sure if I really find it that much more useful because I'm not usually swapping blades. So I definitely love the awl. That's one thing I guess Leatherman Wave does not have. I love that. I love the pocket screwdriver here and the large screwdriver. So some of those things are definitely huge pluses to me. I like the Surge's tool set. All right, so I hope this has helped you figure some things out. I know there's a big push to some extent about to have the biggest, the best, and the Leatherman Surge is just considered you've got to have it or you're nothing at all. But to be honest, I think the Wave, it's probably why the Wave is so popular, because it does basically do it all in a nicer, smaller package. So keep that in mind. I'm still going to keep the Leatherman Surge as my daily carry because it's huge, because it's Super Duty. But in the future, I am going to be trying to upgrade a couple of these outside tools, actually change some, add some that I'm going to try to fabricate on my own. So we'll see how that goes. Overall, I've really enjoyed carrying the Surge, and I will continue to. But just keep in mind that the Leatherman Wave really has most of the functionality of this in a smaller package. All right, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.